If you wanna play, make it a brighter place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind.
Hey Stampers, another video tutorial coming at you. This is one of my 3D swaps for convention. It's another, I did a tissue holder for a swap at the East Coast Stampin' event. And I wanted to do that one, but it was going to be hard to pack. So I tried a little box. So I did some measuring and some figuring, and I thought I'd film it for you guys so you guys can see it along with the blog post that'll be posted sometime this week. So we're gonna start off with our paper size. I've used the DSP just because it's already patterned and ready to go. You can use cardstock, doesn't matter, either way. You need a piece that's 6.5 by 5.5. And we'll start with our scoring on our 6.5 side. 6.5, you're gonna score at 3/4, at 3, at 3 3/4, and then at 6. So 3/4, 3, 3 3/4, and 6. Then we're going to flip it, and on our 5.5 inch side we're going to score at 3/4, and then at 4 3/4. Okay, we'll get that out of the way. I want my flowers on the outside this time. So I'm going to score, fold, burnish, whatever word you choose to use, all of my score lines. I love this paper. I thought I was in love with the patterns from the last DSP packs, the Color Family DSP packs, but these ones are awesome. Okay, it's a little easier to see, I think, on the striped side. So I'll show you it there. You've got a small lip on this end, and the lip on this edge is a little bit bigger. The one with the small lip, you've got a long score line, a rectangle, and then a second score line. You want to fold in on that score line, okay? And if it's easier to see on the other side of the paper, we'll just fold it over. So then this is going to be the spine of your pack, of your tissue pack. So you've got the small edge, the big rectangle. We're going to fold on this score line. You're going to use your large oval punch, and you're going to go in about halfway through the oval, and then you're going to center side to side, punch that out, so you end up with a circle, or an oval cut out, a circle. Oh my. And we've got all of our lines folded. And what you want to do, you've got this section here that has small rectangles on the corners, and this one has the larger rectangles. The smaller end, I'm going to go in on the inside of the score lines and just snip those out. So you end up with this. So your corners are gone and your oval is punched. So then what we're going to do is we've got 2 little lines on this side, and then a score line here. Okay, so you end up with flaps all along this side, and we're going to do the same to the other side. Right down the middle of your score lines. If you want to cut a little sliver out of each end, make them fold a little bit easier, you can do that as well. It's completely up to you. But now we've got all of our edges. Okay, I want my flowers on the outside, so I'm going to fold that little flap down. Okay, and I've got my fuse here. I'm going to put some fuse along the outer edge. A little check mark at the end. I'm going to fold that down. And when you fold this flap down, when you fold after your oval, there's a score line here. When you fold this, it should meet up exactly with the other half of your paper so that you end up with a rectangular box. So no fiddling or folding, which is nice. And then this is going to be our top, obviously, so I'm going to fold my top. I want the smooth line on the top, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the bottom, then the sides, or the sides, then the bottom, doesn't matter. And where this is the oval, this is my top flap, I'm going to put some fuse on there. Check mark at the end. And I'm going to close one end up. This just gives a smoother finish to the top, I find. And now I have these little tissue packs from the dollar store. And they open on the end, not on the side. And not a full pack would fit. Actually, I tried some different measurements, but I wanted to get so many out of a sheet of DSP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. My measurements just weren't working for me, so I thought, you know what, I've got to take it out of the package anyway in order to get the Kleenex at the side like I wanted. So I'm just going to take a couple out. So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8 tissues in there. I'm going to slide them in the end of the box. See, they pop out the side here. So I'm going to fold these down again, my bottom. Now that my tissues are in there, put some fuse on. And fold that up. How cool is that? Now see, I didn't cut my little slivers when I cut my slits, so you might have to trim a little bit here. Cutting on either side of your score line, like little slits out the sides of your box, might help a little bit. Like this guy right here. Instead of just cutting up the score line, cut on either side so you have a little bit of a sliver that comes out, and that'll alleviate that little trim at the end. So we've got our cute little box, but we don't have anything to decorate it with. So I've used the petal punch and some smoky slate. This was the basic gray. This is the smoky slate here. And what am I looking for? I'm just going to take my piercing mat here and my flowers. You can use your little tool from your Simply Scored and just press down so that the flowers pop up a little bit. So those are ready to go. I'm then going to take a piece of scrap. Same greeting I used on the last one, a marriage made in heaven, a lifetime blessed by God. There it is. I'm going to use the smoky slate for this as well. Piece of scrap. That kind of went through, didn't it? Okay, let's try the other side. There we go, that's a little better. And I'm going to need my decorative label punch. Center that guy, punch him out. I've got my fuse here, so I'm going to use it. You can use whatever you'd like on the back. Oh, look at that. Okay, this is the centered one. I'm just going to put some fuse on the back of that. Take my little tissue pack, put my grating on, use a couple of glue dots here. For my Petite Petals flowers. And then I'm just going to put a rhinestone, oh, that one's sticking right to my scissors, in the middle of each one. Fluff those up. I might have to do some fluffing once I get to Salt Lake City if they've been squished in my carry-on. But there you have it. I've done different patterns of the tissue holders with coordinating colors and coordinating flowers. And there you have it, a simple tissue holder. Great for a party favor, wedding favor, little gifty. Super, super cute. Hope you enjoyed it. Happy stamping.
You'll find inspiration. All I'm saying is you can do it. I want to hear